I chose Freedom Properties for three reasons. One is, firstly, and most importantly for me, the fact that it's data driven. There's a lot of research that goes into helping me know that I'm investing in the right region and the right development that will deliver, an ongoing financially performing asset. Secondly, because of the discounted deals that they negotiate that we benefit from. The volume discounts means that the deals are better than I could do on my own. Service orientation, service is important. Helping the clients be successful is a key mission for these people, and we get that. And overall, the fact there's confidence that builds because we know the people at Freedom Properties are investing where we are, so they've got skin in the game as well.
One thing that really stood out for me is that both yourself, Scott, and Liana invest in the properties that I'm personally invested in, and from what I understand, the properties that your investors invest in, which is really important because if you're taking that risk, then for me personally, it makes me feel more comfortable about investing. So we started off with our first property up in Queensland in Richlands, and within 12 months we ended up purchasing our second property.
Hey guys, Nick Barnett here. I am a 35-year-old father. I've got 3 kids. As a lot of people feel though, it's pretty hard to get ahead these days. Providing for a family, trying to get ahead, it's challenging. So we caught up with Scott and Liana to get a strategy that would help us change our approach and get ahead. And that's exactly what the guys did. They helped us source property which was within our price bracket, which had the potential to grow, and that's exactly what happened. They helped us through the negotiation process to work with the suppliers, the builder, the developer, and the outcome was that literally within a year, I think it was roughly 70 grand in growth, and we hadn't even seen the shovel hit the dirt yet.
I'm a data scientist. I am originally from Sydney, but I live up in Singapore. There are 2 things about Liana that are different to everybody else. Firstly, she does her research, and it's not just opinion. There is a lot of data that goes behind this. And secondly, she's got skin in the game. She's not selling you something and just taking money off that. She is sharing in the same investments that she is making for herself. So before I dealt with Liana, I actually had 2 investment properties, and they were in Sydney. And I just wasn't getting the rental yield I wanted because it was so overpriced, and I wanted to invest more, but once again, so overpriced. But because I live in Singapore and because I work very long hours, I don't have time to do my own research. And you really do need to go and look at the properties, look at the suburb, and I don't have time. So in the last 3 years, I've bought 5 properties from Liana.
Wow.
I am very happy with this. The rental yields I'm getting are exactly what I want. I am cash flow positive. It's really easy to rent these properties out. In particular, some of the ones that she picked out in Western Brisbane.
I'm Monica Lama. I'm a sole practitioner and I specialize in family law. I definitely recommend Freedom for a number of reasons. One, Scott and Liana are wonderful to work with. 2, they have their own property portfolio which they're quite happy to share with the people they meet, which I think it also speaks volume with regards to their confidence in what they do. They invest in the areas that they recommend, which I think is extremely important because it's not purely a sales technique for them to sell the properties, but they actually believe in the area that they're buying themselves, and that's what I think distinguishes them from other people who may sort of work in the similar industry of property investing. And also the fact that Liana is an actuary by trade, and she won't, from a statistical point of view, she'll ensure that properties are important to her, and the data behind that particular area also backs what she's trying to say. And I think numbers don't lie.
Scott and Liana are a safe pair of hands to guide you through your journey to buy multiple properties. My name's Nick Hagan. I'm a dad, and father of 3. I've got a wife. I work in a national company as a senior manager. Prior to meeting Scott and Liana, I've got a busy corporate role. I work 10 to 12 hours a day. I had no time whatsoever to do any research, to look at what the right place to buy is. and I needed to execute a strategy and I didn't have one, so that was my problem. Making too many mistakes. Gone from having 1 to 2 properties, now up to 13 properties.
I think that would just be my main takeout, is that no matter how hard it is, no matter your responsibilities, there's always a different approach that you can take, and it was Scott and Liana who helped us to do that. So really appreciate their guidance, and I'm looking forward to looking at how we continue to invest together.
Name's Pip Thompson, in short. Shearing was the main employment that I used to be into for a good 20 years in Australia, so I know what a good honest day's work is all about. And through all of that, not managing my money correctly, I've just only been able to really afford a home, educate my children, and apart from that I've got nothing to show for a good 20 years of work. And in the last 10 years I've transformed into the mining industry, had a bit more cash saved, and have been able to utilise that and get a tax break at the same time. So it's in the last, say, since I've met you guys, it's changed my life, to be quite honest. Yeah. Number crunching, like how you guys buy in bulk and can get the discounts, that was another telling factor.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that's exciting because that hasn't even sort of hit the turnkey yet, and we're looking at a fair bit of straight up equity in that property to the tune of conservatively 50,000. So that's great.
Yeah.
Couldn't rate you guys high enough, to be quite honest. Like when it came to property investments, I knew absolutely nothing. I've learnt in the short time I've been with Freedom the general aspects of what to do and how to get there, and I would not hesitate in letting someone know about you guys. Scott.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm 38. I grew up in Sydney, but I'm currently living in Barcelona. I knew Liana as a friend first, and when I found out that she's actually a mega property investor, I got pretty excited. I used to buy properties and renovate them and increase the equity, and then so forth, be able to buy more properties. I did come to a stop because I just didn't know how to generate more money to be able to buy more properties. So I was pretty excited when Liana told me about her strategy. And I'd also sold on rent to own, so I tried lots of different strategies. I never bought off the plan, so I felt pretty confident when Liana told me about how she did this with Freedom Property. And so I'm currently buying something in Brisbane. We went up to do a site visit. It was looking pretty good, so about to close that deal now. So I'm actually working remotely on this deal from Spain. So I'm pretty happy about the way it's gone. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. I had no idea about off the plan stuff, and it would take me too long to research. I like to research a lot before I put my money anywhere. So I felt pretty confident about doing this because I could always call her, call any of her team, ask any questions. They put me onto a really good mortgage broker, great lawyer as well. So, I was able to correspond with them and work on this deal and still live a pretty amazing life. So thanks guys.
Probably spoken now to quite a few people about Freedom Properties just because of the simple criteria they use around how to purchase properties. So, and it was there that I was interested in the notion of having a property coach. That idea is overdue. It's a little overwhelming unless you have someone to guide you.